if our people are not ready, and when the IoT is ready, we'll be leaving ourselves behind from the others. So my point is, God is so great, God is so gracious that He created COVID-19, and people have got to learn by force. And therefore now it becomes the new norm. And I think this for me is good, so that we are then more prepared, whether you are old or young, whether you are in the rural areas or the urban areas, whether you're international, local, you are now prepped to face the new change or new lifestyle that's going to, because whether you like it or not, Internet of Things will come, and it is now here, and it's going to stay, and it's been going for more. Things will be very fast, and with artificial intelligence, there will be so many things that are going to be more, and now I think being prepared by nature, by God, to face the reality in the future.
Yeah, I think readiness is, I agree with Abang Nizal. Readiness is an issue. A lot of people who have all this technology and all that, but the readiness is not there. They don't know how to use it.
True.
I just read a post, I think, the other day. Imagine MCO started 10 years ago, where we only have our Nokia phones and SMS up to 400.
Agree. I think like today, right? Government's initiative is they want the consumers to use e-money, right, or e-wallet, because they want to reduce the cost of printing the actual money. But the thing is, the readiness, or the consumer wants to adapt this, right, to apply. It's still a long way to go. So
by
that's
asking to sign the the hard copy, we call it invoices and all that not every company are moving to the direction. They might adapt this for this period of time, but they might not adopt that when all this MCO finishes. They will still go back to the traditional ways of doing business.
I need to give an example, a very simple example. Now we have this My Free View, right? This is free to air decoder that you need to have to watch free to air TV. Now, when they started this off, the problem is not the system. Sorry, not system. The system is there, but the problem was the people at the end, the recipient themselves, and the people who offer this, they don't match in the sense that you're giving it, the government giving it for free for the B40. They will receive it by post laju. You will suddenly have some kind of gadget that you have, but the question is, what's this gadget for? How do you use it? It's plug and play. For you, okay, but for the people in the kampong, right, in the outskirts, in all these places where transportation is difficult, where to plug, what to do with it in the face. So what they did was they kept it and they kept it. So the point is this: education. The point is this: when we want to introduce new things, it must come together with awareness and knowledge, and this was not given together. And because of that, and again, the problem was also there's no need for it, there's no push for it, and that's why I say COVID-19 is the best time actually for education to happen. People are forced to use it. People do not know how to use this food delivery kind of thing. So difficult lah. Nenek or Nyonya would say, no, it's difficult lah, yo. But because of COVID-19, you find that they want to do it, because if not, they go hungry. They have difficulty to move out, get things. So this is where I think it is a blessing in disguise. So right now, what I think we should focus on is let's teach our people to use it, to embrace technology, and to really make full use of it for the best of whatever they're doing.
So take this time to look into education training for this. So instead of adapting, they can actually convert to adopt the we call it this technology, is it?
Force to learn.
Yes.
Yeah, force to learn.
Embrace the technology. Yes.
Yeah.
How about Amutha?
Yeah, I would agree to Mr. Nizal's comment, readiness. Okay, like I'm a frequent traveler to China because most of my business are there. One thing that I would like to share is even the pasar malam, right? It's a cashless. They just use the e-wallet, Alipay, WeChat Pay. Okay, even in pasar malam, they just show your phone with the QR code. Okay, even when I go for the exhibitions, there's no cash. Okay, for the first year when I went, yeah, I had a very tough time because I don't have an e-wallet, right? In China especially. But the second year, yes, I follow their trend. So if you compare to those, let me tell China compared to Malaysia, we are still very far away. Okay, the readiness is not is still not there. Even though government has imposed those e-wallet user, you will get the funding 30 ringgit or something like that, right? But I think not many people are using. Youngsters, yes, maybe not the above 40 category. I'm not sure. They're still more comfortable. They don't want to come out from the comfort zone. Okay, they're still as what Mr. Hafiz said, they still need a signature, the real signature. They refuse to accept those digital kind of signature. Okay, like for my company, I fully use digital, and I don't require a chop, a printout on my paper. I don't do that. Okay, so it's a waste of time if you ask me. It's the same thing, right? I don't want to pay money for my papers. Okay, so the mindset of our people, they are not ready. Okay, so those who have not migrated, as what our two panelists commented, it's a time for them to learn. Okay, but of course I agree, it's not so suitable for all the businesses, but I think most of the businesses still can use this social media to do their business. Like for example, like recently for the MCO cases, flower business, because they are not essential, right? So they can't even do online. They can't even sell the flowers online. So these kind of examples that I'm trying to tell, not everything, but maybe they can take orders after the MCO. So maybe they will have a group of orders, right? But not during the MCO. They can't do because it was not approved and it is not an essential items for them, right? So for those who have not into the digital business, it's a time for them to go and learn. They have no choice. Join those free webinars and go and learn what it is all about. Okay, if even today, if they don't learn, I will say they will be left out very, very far away. Okay, when I go to China, even a taxi, a cab, okay, they use a phone app to pay the money, cashless. They don't use a cash over there. Okay, even a taxi, a cab. Okay, but in our like we are using Grab. Yeah, Grab we are using the online by phone, right?
Platform.
But in taxi in China, they have a kind of monitor over there in their car, and we just take out our phone and show the what you call the QR code to their screen. That's it. Okay, it doesn't mean that they have to do online transfer. No. So we are still away from this kind of technology in China. So it's time to learn actually for those who are not migrated to the digital business.
Okay, since Amutha raised up about the e-wallet kind of thing, right? Maybe the question that normally the public will ask is it safe? I think that is the, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, okay, e-wallet, you just keep a certain amount of cash inside your e-wallet. The rest of the money is inside, still inside your bank account, right? So to use the e-wallet, for me, I have been using for the past 3 years, even in China and even in Malaysia. I don't find any problem at all at the moment. At the moment, yeah, but I don't know how good it will be, but there's no way for anyone to take out your money from your e-wallet from your phone. I have a few e-wallet in my phone actually. Okay, so the money is still there. Nobody take.
Nobody
So
can
I don't
take
think
from
so
you.
there will be a security problem. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, I said nobody going to
Can you hear
take
me?
from you. Yeah.
Can.
Nizal, you like to say
Yeah,
something about?
Yeah. I just need to add something what Amutha has mentioned. Now, this is not just a learning curve for the businesses, small scale, medium size businesses only. It's also a time for the people that make decisions, the party that makes a decision in terms of policy and all that should participate and learn from this. I give an example that Amutha has given. You have surplus of people selling, say for example, cabbage or what have you, vegetables. But where do they sell it? Because nobody wants to take it. So this is a time when the people or the powers that be to learn, okay, how do we make full use of this? They have pharma, but how does pharma play the role? Pharma has got lots of branches everywhere around Malaysia. So how do they play their role? How can they make themselves useful in this era, in these times of difficulty? So you can find that it's a learning curve for them to be more effective. For those who are the politicians, for example, they should not just be sitting inside their own house, but they should be looking for database. Learn to create a database where this database can give you a detailed account of your constituents. How many of them are young, old, how many are working, how many are not. This is the time for them to use all this big data to then get to know more about their people so that they can serve well. And then create some place somehow a platform where they can interact and understand their constituents better than before. So that's why I say it is a learning curve not only for the businesses, it's a learning curve also for the powers that be. So I think if they were to be smart enough, this is the time for them to learn how to, what went wrong, and how can we make it right. And that's my thought.
Okay. We have
data. In fact, you have question.
We have one audience that agrees to all our panelists' reply, and she gave a very good statement here. Exactly. From Zizing Chang. Thank you, Zizing Chang, for your encouragement.
Exactly. Right.
Exactly.
So Hafiz, you have
one word
any
explains
other?
everything, yeah?
What? Yeah, data. It's all about data. Yeah, it's all about data. And in order for us to be able to converge, we need education. It's not about the tools only. Tools must come with the education, right? If not, people start thinking, okay, what I'm going to do with this box, for example.
I think it's similar to, I don't know how to swim up until today, but I heard from the old instructors that says that you want to learn to swim, I'm going to throw you down in the water and you start learning by yourself.
Actually,
after this, we throw him. Oh, but now swimming pool are closed. Yeah.
Alvin, don't give us ideas. Don't give us ideas.
Come, Hafiz, you any idea how to throw this Alvin into the pool?
Actually, I just want to add some point. I think in China, Amutha actually pointed out. In China, is quite advanced because of the government's intervention in it. As where in Malaysia, you have over 40 e-wallets with a 25 million population. If you ask me, I have like maybe 10 ringgit in each e-wallet, Boost, Touch and Go and all that. So it doesn't make sense for that. Even DG came out with one e-wallet and actually it died off already. So the issue is with the government, like Nizal actually pointed out, the government itself have to play an important role in order to teach everyone how to adapt to this current technology and environment. Talking about big data, they have big data. They even approach some of my partners for big data, like Nielsen's and all that. It's just that the data scientists to actually to make all this happen, it probably is not working there yet or something like that, because in China, when they have this data, they can actually convert it into so many technologies, AI and all that actually can benefit all. Even now, talking about registration for certain government agencies, still by normal forms, and then that form actually is still a raw data and it doesn't go to anywhere. So the government here has to play an important role, especially like Nizal say in education. I paid, I think my son goes to this private school lah. So we paid 20,000 half a year for that, and then when this thing comes in, they only, the only solution is actually Google Classroom. And then the parents, and my son is only 7 years old, the parents have to sit next to the son. So, the readiness for everyone here is not there. And, like Nizal said, during this time and period is where everyone should learn. But the government has to play a very important role to actually educate everyone on that.
Exactly.
It's all about education once again.
Yeah.
Back, we said just now, it's always work together. You cannot have education without tools. You cannot have tools without education, and you cannot have tools and education if people doesn't want to change, right? So it takes all, they take tools to tango. So everyone need each other and all that. So come back when we talk about that.
Yeah,
Is that?
No, I just thought that suddenly something popped in my mind. Tool without knowledge is equivalent to creating fool. So we need the tool, but we need the knowledge. Okay, carry on.
So we should actually put that statement. Okay, talking about that, right? Yeah, education. But in terms of when we talk about digital, when we talk about online and all that, it's nothing new to Malaysian, I think, as a whole, because for the past, I think, many years, our people, Malaysian, exposed to all these social media, right? So they are very kind of updated in terms of when they're using all these social media. It's not like totally zero, or they're not there. They are there. They can play Facebook. You see, even though nowadays for young generation, Facebook is for old people, right? But now there's a lot of other social media that actually is around. So when we talk about developing and enhances strong social media persona and ramping up social customer care, so this is what people use now. Yeah, they build their social media persona in order to engage their customers, and always been for during this pandemic is always be a key. Yeah, for them to communicate. So brand have a genuine opportunity to reach out and help their customer to feel better, to get more knowledge, like you say, to educate and all that. As the company evolves to become more digital, more and more interaction with customer will now occur in the screen rather than in person. Now, when we talk about meeting other people on screen, they somehow they will actually reduce the face-to-face interaction, the real relation, the real communication that happen in outside world. So what do you think that the company can do in order to enhance or to enhance this or to capitalize this, but at the same time they don't lose their interaction? Maybe Nizal, you have some ideas or some thoughts on this?
Now, COVID-19 has taught us one thing. Has taught us to learn to understand your customers. All right, you must know your customers. You must really understand their feelings, their thoughts, their behavior. Now, I give you an example. There's one particular group who came up with this key Malaysian consumer behavior shift during COVID-19. It's very interesting. They list about 6 key Malaysian consumer behavior shifts during COVID-19. One is nowadays they travel less. 51% decline in shopping mall footfall. That means visiting shopping mall has gone down 51%. 2, eating up to twice increase in search frequency for food and grocery delivery. So these are the things that we need to understand. Yeah? If you are a business owner, you know that these are not going to happen. These are the issues at hand. The third thing is that it's online and streaming. 15% increase in time spent on mobile, 42% increase in online. So you need to be aware that, okay, we need to be online. We need to be doing a little bit of streaming. Shop online. Now, 32% increase in online shopping, all right? Up to possibly 120% increase in online grocery delivery. So if you are in that grocery business, maybe there's a thing that you need to go, like what Hafiz is doing now, the WhatsApp thing, all right? Bazaar. So WhatsApp kita. So fine, do it. Buy hygiene People are very careful about hygiene. 75% increase in hand washing habits. 800% can you imagine increase in hand sanitizer value sale. I think Amutha can vouch for that. Okay. Now less luxury. People are not going anymore for these luxury items. 30% less on alcoholic beverages. 27% less in luxury items. Less purchase of meats and seafood. So people are not going there. So let's look back at your own client. Do you know your client well? Do you understand what's happening to them? Do you reach out to them in terms of now within this state of COVID-19? So if you were to listen to them, get to know them better, I think you will be able to use social media platforms to get in touch with them. Now there are some people who are doing this, using platforms, and that they're not the traditional or conventional people business doing like what Amutha is doing. I give an example. Is a good one would be, I think, DoubleTree. DoubleTree is actually just it's a hotel, right?
Yes.
It's run by or managed by Hilton. Now let me check here because I must
DoubleTree is a management company.
No, okay. Yeah. It's actually DoubleTree is an American hotel chain owned by Hilton. It's famous for the chocolate. Now, in America, they're famous for the chocolate chip cookies. It serves guests at check-in, you know. So what happens is that because of this COVID-19, and they want to reach out to people, they want to make themselves more human because this is the most important element at this point in time. So what happens is that they created a video and they share the secret recipe of this chain, this chocolate chip. And it went wild. So people will feel that if this DoubleTree is so human, they share secrets with us. So that's one up. In terms of branding, they're shouting out themselves, they're putting themselves different from the others because, hey, we share. Because at this point in time, we must be together. Sharing and caring. So we need to look into also ourselves. How do you make full use of that relevance? Because if you are not useful now, then you're not useful and because people are looking for shoulder to cry on, an ear to listen to. So are we ready enough to listen to? Are we ready enough to identify this with them? Because if you don't know your client now, at the time when they are in trouble, they will never learn. They will never want to know you because you don't care. So therefore, why do I care? So these are the things that I feel we should take care of at this point in time. Thank you.
Good statement there, Encik Nizal. I think one of our audience also agreed with you. Shaswani Rahman said, agree 100%. However, everyone is not ready. Thank you, Shaswani, for your statement, for your comment. Yeah.
Thank you, Shaswani.
Okay. Now, Hafiz, what do you think about this? In terms of using the social media.
Social media, we have a lot of clients who actually engage us for to do actually their social media management and ads and all that. During this COVID-19, I can say that a lot of there's clutter of advertising on your Facebook, on your websites and all that. So what we actually recommend is actually being more targeted to your audience, because not everyone is your audience, and not everyone is the consumer who's going to buy your product. So you have to be more, it cannot be, last time before MCO, maybe, there's less clutter, so you can actually advertise. But now it's very important for you to calculate your cost of acquisition. So assuming you actually, brand your social media, because you want to target your customer. So it has to be very targeted, and the process needs to actually follow through. But after you advertise, there will be, a payment actually, or it actually leads you to a site where you can actually buy terus or something like that. So it's very important now, not just to be on social media, but actually to target actual customer that you are actually targeting. So if you are actually just gonna, build your social media profile, all the platform is a lot. you have Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, whatnot, right? But if let's say you spend 60% of your time on TikTok and your customer is not there, it's not useful. So it has to be targeted now, very, very targeted. Last time, maybe you have the luxury to go on all the platforms. But when you don't have the luxury now, you have to make sure that the time that you use to build that social media platform, like Facebook ke apa, make sure that you calculate the cost of acquisition, your marketing actually works and all that lah. Yeah, that's my input lah.
Yeah, can I add one thing? Yeah, can I add one thing? What I think we should do, the business should do is, whether it's small or medium size, they create a community of their own, right, with their clients. Okay, because that is the time. Because when you have this kind of circle that you are able to connect with, that will be a loyalty thing for you. This is a loyalty program, all right? This is a fan that then you can listen to them easily because they commit themselves to be with you, and you must have that commitment to add value to their life. So this is what I feel we should do. So if, for example, I give an example. Yeah, if you're doing massage, you have a center for massage. So now you can't do it all. Your business is just zero. So how do you go about making yourself relevant? So you open up. Okay, those who have been with you, have done massage with you in your center. Okay, call them because you've got the numbers. Okay, call them. What you also do is you create some kind of the media social kind of thing with the help of yourself or your friends or even Hafiz. Basically, now what you do is actually you give 1 minute tip on how to yourself physical therapy yourself, for example. So then your team, your loyalists will do this kind of thing. Then they can relate to you. They can even share this information, and it can go viral easily. So my point is this: create this development, this platform of loyal fans of yours or loyal customers of yours, and grow from there, because they have friends, they have people, they have connections, they have acquaintances that they can share whatever you share with them. Because if they can find value in having business with you, I tell you, they will shout out, and other people will want to be cared for just like this. So this is my take on this.
Tips. I think after this, all the massage parlor will call you, Lani.
Good, then I have free massage.
Free massage virtually. Okay, Amutha, because I think I come back to you on this, because by doing online business, I know that. Are you actually also your business also use this social media platform to promote, or how you use this social media?
As for me, because I'm on a bulk business, mainly I don't much using on the social media like Instagram and Facebook, but I still do carry a Facebook page just to show that my brand is still exists in Malaysia, because I'm also into Lazada and Shopee. That is only to show that their presence in Malaysia, that's all. But basically I don't use much on, not to say use much, totally not using the social media to promote my business. Okay, I'm very much into the platform, Alibaba platform, because the whole global are connected, and you can get whichever the inquiry from whichever the country do you want, and what product you want to sell to whoever it is globally. So for me, I would say I'm not into the social media business at all. But for the domestic market, yes, you have to go. Those who are selling in retail, I'm very sure you have to grow your Facebook page organically, because I also don't do any advertisement, because I don't have the need to do that, right? But for those who are doing business locally, I think they should have their own Facebook page and have their own followers to promote their brands and their products, and to show where they are selling. So it is important for them. Okay, but for those bulk sellers like us, it may not that so relevant. But again, I just want to say, I have one customer from America. He bought our coffee and tea and put it into his supermarket. It's from the social media.
Right.
So that's one of my customers, even though I don't really promote, yeah. And
So I think what I tried to say, social media can be used for two reasons. Number one, to of course to do retail, to sell, to have this sell and promotion